Okay, certain preventive measures are incorporated. Okay, so certain preventive measures are incorporated. For example, over here we can say first thing, personal hygiene. Okay, hygiene first and foremost, hygiene. Okay, so hygiene in the sense what we can say, maintenance of cleanliness. Right, so hygiene means here remember cleanliness. Okay, so see here, hygiene can be maintained in two types. Hygiene can be maintained in two types. One will be the personal hygiene, okay, and the other is public hygiene. So both the things in both the areas, a proper cleanliness should be maintained. Okay, one in personal and one public. Personal hygiene and public hygiene. Okay, so personal hygiene in the sense how you can maintain personal hygiene. How can you maintain personal hygiene? Tell me. Clean body. Okay, so you have to daily bathe. Okay, you have to bathe daily, right? Isn't it? What happened? Is there any issue?
No, sir.
So you have to clean your body daily. Okay, so there are many people who don't bath daily, so over there hygiene is not maintained properly. Right, and if you see consumption of clean food and water. Okay, nowadays you can even include sanitization, right?
Yes, sir.
Sanitization also you can take into consideration. Okay, so even sanitization is required, personal sanitization, so that infectious disease could be prevented. Okay, it helps in prevention of contagious disease spread of contagious disease. Right, so contagious disease spread can be prevented by maintaining a good personal hygiene. Okay, in case of public hygiene in the sense proper waste disposal.
One.
Proper waste disposal. For example, many people throw the waste here and there, right? In your colonies and all also, if you see, okay, people will be throwing the waste near the roads, on the sides of the roads, right? They don't properly use the dustbins and all. Okay, is it clear? So in that case, what happens? In that case, it may act as a ground for we can say multiplication. Flies, maggots, various insects they develop in the waste material, right? Okay, and they may act as carrier of diseases, right? And if you see proper waste disposal, okay, and then use of public toilets, okay, in market areas and all. Okay, many, you would have seen many people urinating on the roadside, okay, or in the villages and all, defecating in the open areas and all. Okay, so that should be avoided. Okay, there should be use of public toilets, right? Periodic cleaning cleaning of tanks, pools, okay, water storage bodies. For example, the water that you get, okay, the supply water that you get, it comes from some reservoir, right? Okay, so see, from rivers or from lakes or from some area, okay, water will be collected, it will be stored, okay, in certain tanks. After cleanliness, it will be sent out, sent to the households, right? So a proper stringent measure should be done. Okay, then prevention of stagnation of water, prevention of stagnation of water. Okay, and if you say standard operating procedures, right? SOPs. Nowadays, you would have heard about this, right? Okay, so standard practices for sanitization and maintaining hygiene, for maintenance of good hygiene. Okay, so in this way, personal and public hygiene is to be maintained, right? So that the spread of diseases can be prevented. Okay, and the next one, okay, contact with close contact with infected person or their belongings should be prevented. Should be prevented. Okay. In case of what type of disease? For airborne disease. In case of airborne disease, a close contact must be prevented. Okay. See, certain diseases, they could be airborne. Okay. Airborne or droplet. Droplet. Hey, who is it? With the mic switched on. So some diseases like we can say flu, common cold, okay, pneumonia, and your favorite disease, SARS. Right? So in this case, close contact also must be prevented. Right? Next, for vector-borne disease, how can you prevent a vector-borne disease? Tell me, anyone?
To check whether there is no stagnation of water.
Sanitation and prevention of stagnation of water.
Okay. For mosquito water. Okay, I'm asking for vector-borne disease in total. In total,
sanity of the environment. So that they don't
using nets.
Control or elimination.
Cleaning
of the vectors and their breeding place.
So, but they make up the ecosystem also. So they make up the.
They do not play a very important role in the ecosystem. Houseflies, mosquitoes, they don't make a very important part of the ecosystem. Okay, they are not helping in pollination or anything like that. Okay, so in such case, if you see, either you have to eliminate the vector or control the vector. Okay, what about the breeding places? For example, mosquitoes, they breed in water, right? Okay, so in standing water or stagnant water. So you should not allow water to get stagnant. Array, your mics are not, the network is not proper or what? Who is it? Someone is trying to speak, but network is not proper and causing disturbance. So here, control and elimination is required. Okay. For example, certain disease like malaria, filaria, chikungunya, dengue, etc. are transmitted by mosquitoes. Okay. So in order to control the mosquito, okay, for control, spraying of pesticides and insecticides, Okay. Example, you have DDT. Already we gave this, right?
Yes, sir.
Next, prevention of stagnation of water, okay, and spraying of oil on still water. Let us say you cannot prevent the stagnation. Stagnation will be there. Some area you need to have some like a small ponds or fountains you have, right? Okay, in that water will be there. Okay, so non-toxic thin oil should be sprayed on the water. So what will happen? On the water, on the upper layer of the water, a oil film will be formed. Right? If the oil film is formed on the upper water, oxygen cannot enter into the water, right? The larva will not get oxygen and it will die. Okay, this could be done.
So gambusia fish.
But wait. Next, if you see regular cleaning of areas which are required, like water will be there, like tanks, regular cleaning of tanks, okay, pools, etc. Okay.
Nets, sir. Mosquito nets.
Mosquito nets we can use. Wait, this is how to get removed. How to get removed, we are saying. Okay, mosquito nets if you use, okay, it does not kill mosquito, right? It will prevent the mosquito to bite. Okay. Next over here, use of larvicidal fish, gambusia. Okay. Next, to prevent mosquito bite, use of repellents. Repellents in the sense you have a mosquito coil. Mosquito coil is there. Okay. Then if you say all out, good night, different types of other things you have, right? Okay. And Odomos, creams and all.
Sir,
right?
Sir, does all out work, sir, really?
400.
See, that are all marketing strategies and all. I will not say anything about it. Okay. So mosquito nets. And nowadays you even have that mosquito bats also, right? That we kill them.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So in this case, this all things will help in prevention of the vector-borne diseases. Okay. And one more method of prevention is vaccination and immunization. Vaccination and immunization. Okay. So vaccination is nothing but it provides artificial active immunity. Artificial active immunity So what happens in case of vaccination is, vaccination has helped in prevention of many viral diseases. About vaccination, we have a detailed information later. Okay. For example, here we can take smallpox is completely removed, completely eradicated. Isn't it? Already we discussed about this. That smallpox is completely eradicated because of extensive vaccination only, right? Okay. And if you see even polio, okay, polio also due to pulse polio program. This is a vaccination program only, right? Polio is also eradicated. Eradicated in many countries, not whole world, in many countries. Okay. Many infectious diseases. Many infectious diseases have vaccines. Not for all, many infectious diseases, they have vaccines. Okay. What is a vaccine? In case of vaccine, what happens is, okay, vaccination is an act of administration or introduction of a vaccine. Vaccine is what? Tell me. What will be a vaccine? Introduction of vaccine is vaccination, right? What will vaccine contain? Weakened pathogen or dead pathogen or part of pathogen. When any of these is injected deliberately in the body, okay, for what? So introduction of vaccine to produce, okay, immunity. Okay. Is there any problem with your network or is there problem from
Sir,
my side?
Sir, his network only. His mic, sir.
Network or who is that fellow? Tell me.
Didn't see, sir.
Every time he switches on his mic, something is there. Okay, so it produces immunity. Okay, and this immunization is a process by which the organism is becoming protected. Okay, so immunization is a process by which an organism gets protected. Okay, so injecting vaccine is vaccination, and developing immunity and becoming protected is immunization. So both are same, but interchangeably they are used. Okay, I am saying nowadays many modern vaccines developed by biotechnology, that is genetic engineering, are also available. We will give you the list when we talk in detail about this vaccination. Okay, I'll give you. Next, treatment. Prevention and treatment we have done, right? Treatment of disease. if you see, here I can say that most of the bacterial diseases, can be treated by use of what? Use of antibiotics. In most of the bacterial diseases, we have mentioned some antibiotics or not?
Yes, sir.
We remember, like a tetracycline, okay, amoxicillin, ciprofloxacin, and all many things, afloxacin, dicloxin,
Yes.
okay, many things we have discussed, right? Remember viral diseases, okay, viral diseases cannot be treated, okay. I hope you remember this. I told you that viral diseases can't be treated with the use of antibiotics.
Sir, in bacteria also there will be gram-positive and gram-negative bacterium, no, sir?
Yes. That already in your cell biology, your sir would have taught you.
Yes, sir. Gram-negative bacterium.
That is the reason I did not say all bacteria. Most bacteria, I said, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So antibiotics are not effective against viruses. Why? Because see, viruses, they do not, because they are viruses, you say they are not effective, okay? Do not have their own metabolism. See, antibiotics, what do? They will interfere with the metabolism. Okay, so antibiotics, they interfere with cell metabolism. But if someone does not have any metabolism, will it be effective? See, virus, what they do, virus, when they enter in any organism, okay, they will hijack the cell machinery of that organism. Okay, they will not do anything. They will make the host cell do everything for them. Okay, so when they hijack, they are not affected. Right? If you give antibiotics, anyhow they are not doing any work, so they won't be affected because they're getting ready-made things done from the host cell, and antibiotics will not act upon the host cell, right? Okay, got the point? So antibiotics will generally kill by interfering with the cell metabolism, but viruses, they don't have their own metabolism. And you might remember, viruses are not considered as true living organisms, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
They're
Why?
not living outside.
Because when they are outside the host, they do not show the properties of a living organism.
Virion.
Now tell me, who discovered antibiotics?
Fleming. Sir, Alexander Fleming?
Yeah, Alexander Fleming. And what antibiotic did he discover?
Sir, penicillin.
Penicillium, sir.
Penicillin was a fungi, not the antibiotic. Discovered antibiotic, that is penicillin.
It was by accident, no, sir?
Yes. What happened? He was growing some bacteria. Okay, Staphylococcus aureus. Okay, this bacteria he was growing on a petri dish. Okay, in some days he saw that maybe because of some contamination or something like that, fungus developed. If you leave something outside, fungus will develop, right, on that. Okay, so similarly, he saw that on that culture medium that contained bacteria, there was some fungus developing. Okay, and he also observed that near that fungus, okay, wherever this fungus was there, over there bacteria was not seen. Okay, over there bacteria was not seen, right? Then he started isolating that products from that fungi. Okay, and later he observed that that fungus mold was penicillium, and it synthesized certain chemical, okay, that it did not allow the other bacteria to grow. Okay, so in this way, penicillin was discovered. Okay, it was an accidental discovery, but it has brought a breakthrough in the field of medicine, right? Okay, and from the use of antibiotics, many bacterial diseases were cured. Okay, earlier they were also not cured. Many people used to die because of bacterial diseases also. Okay, got the point? Any doubts still here? Any doubts still here?
No, sir.
No? Okay. So now let us move on to the next part of the chapter.
Antibiotics cause a lot of side effects, no, sir.
Not all antibiotics. Not all antibiotics. The broad spectrum antibiotics are like that can be used. Okay, broad spectrum antibiotics can be used, but you should not use a lot of antibiotics because your body, see, when you give an antibiotic, your body will not do any work at that time, right? Antibiotics are doing their work. Your body will not develop immunity in that case, right? In order to have good immune response, you should not use antibiotics a lot. You should not depend upon it.
Last slide.
Last slide. What happened?
That last
What you're saying? If one person speaks, I can understand. Two people speaking together, nothing will be audible for me.
It is asking last slides.
One person was asking last slide. What about the other person?
The weekly portion completed.
Yes, done. Last slide was this. Is it done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next part of the chapter is immunity. Okay. So immunity, what do you understand by immunity? You would have heard it in various games and all also, right? Okay. If you do this, you'll get immunity. If you are like
Famous word from last 1 year.
Famous
Famous word from last 1 year.
Achha, yeah, because of this pandemic, these things have become very famous, quite famous. Correct. Correct. Okay. So everyone knows what is immunity, right? So immunity is what?
No, this is, we have to write it as a new chapter, sir.
What happened?
Sir, should we write it as
Jai Shashank, you are here since long, right? We take various parts of the, I want to write everything in one only, right?
Okay.
You are here since which topic? In this batch, you are since the animal tissues or since animal kingdom?
Sir, animal tissues.
So that was only one chapter, but we have taken in 3 different areas, right?
Yes.
Animal tissues, earthworm, frog, cockroach, separately we have taken, right? It is the same chapter. We divided into various categories. See, from the diseases part, you will get one question in NEET examination, definitely. Okay. So we divide it according to questionings. Right? So immunity, if you see, okay, what is immunity? It is the innate, it is the inherent ability of an organism. Ability of an organism or body, ability of the body, okay, to do what? To fight against disease causing factors, or to fight against pathogens that causes disease, okay, or in another way I can say, or the ability of body to destroy disease causing particles, okay, not only organism, if any disease causing particle also enters in your body, okay, that will be destroyed, right? So that ability is called as immunity. Okay, so in a very simple word, I can say immunity is body's defense against diseases. Can we not say this? Immunity is the body's defense against diseases, isn't it? Okay, and this immunity it is conferred by immune system of the body. Means who is giving you immunity? Our immune system. Okay, our immune system is providing immunity. right? And this immune system, it consists of organs. Okay, certain cells are there. Okay, then certain secretions. Okay, proteins. Okay, etc. Okay, these provide the defense to the body against various diseases. For example, certain organs are there in our body. Okay, skin. Okay, tell me, will skin provide you immunity? Is it providing any type of defense?
Yes,
No,
sir.
sir.
Yes, it is preventing the entry of many pathogens, right? I hope, students, you remember in animal tissues, we talked about stratified epithelium,
Yes, sir.
multiple layers. Okay, in that, what did we say? The uppermost part, stratum corneum. Okay, stratum corneum, it is dead cell layer, right?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay, keratinized dead cell layer. Let it allow easy entry if any bacteria wants to enter, because see, in our surrounding air, a lot many viruses, a lot many bacteria are present, right? Okay, but everything is not entering our body. Why everything is not entering our body? Because there are certain barriers. Barricades are there in our body also. Na? We have first line of defense, second line of defense in that way. Okay, so first, the pathogen, if they need to enter, they have to cross the first barrier. Okay, so some weak bacteria, weak viruses, they are trapped in the outer part only. They can't enter, they can't cross. Let us say some bacteria or pathogen has broken the first barrier, entered our body. Okay, they gained entry. Then in our body, there will be certain secretions. Okay, like HCl is there, saliva is there, tears are there. Okay, certain secretions will be produced. Okay, certain cells will be there that will trap those pathogen and they will kill them. Okay, so that is second line of defense, means backup plan for our body. Okay, let us say this particular pathogen crossed the first barrier, even escaped from the second barrier. Also, some bacteria may be strong, right? Okay, so let us say they escaped the second barrier also. Okay, then the final one. Okay, our body's immune system. Now the actual one will come into process. Okay, where it will start producing certain antibodies, interferons, and all. Okay, in which it will help in prevention of the diseases. Okay, so in that way, right? In that way, it will protect our body against various types of diseases. Okay, so see, I'm not going to write the story like our body is exposed last. Yeah, do you have any doubt?
Sir, what is this, sir? Conferred by
Conferred. Conferred means it is provided.
Okay.
Okay. So in this case, what do we say that immune system is our guardian, right? Okay. There is one good word used. Guardian angel. Yeah. Guardian angel word is. Okay. So immune system acts as guardian angel. So this has become angle, not angle. Guardian angel. Okay, and say study of immune system or immunity is called as immunology. It is a good branch of science. Study of immune system or immunity. Okay, that is immunology. Okay, tell me who could be the father of immunology? Who was the one who discovered vaccines?
Edward
Jenner.
Edward Jenner.
Edward Jenner.
So the body's defense mechanism was discovered by him only, na? Okay, how a body can provide defense against diseases. So consider as father of immunology, Edward Jenner. Okay, is it clear? Now if you see the immunity, okay, immunity in our body, it can be divided by two major types. Okay, first I'll just give you the classification first. immunity based upon when you develop, okay, based on the basis of the origin, it is of two types. Okay, that is one innate immunity and one is adaptive.
So immunity is
Adaptive
only
or-
classified based on origin, sir.
There are many classifications. We have just started classifications. Have patience. Okay, acquired immunity. Okay, so over here, see, just one point you can remember here: develops, or we can say present by birth. So at the time of birth, also such immunity is present. Okay, so it develops over lifetime. It develops over lifetime due to exposure of pathogens, by the exposure of pathogens. Okay, and
Sir,
this
due to
adaptive
alternation-
immunity. Huh?
Sir, due to alternation in DNA, will immune system change? So will it be affect immune system?
1 second, tell me what we are talking now. Are we talking about immune system here or immunity?
Immunity.
Huh? And how immunity you will develop, did we discuss till now over here? Huh? In detail, did we discuss about that? And you directly want to jump to the disorders of immunity. You don't know about immunity and you directly want to go to the last part of immunity where how differences will develop in immunity. Huh? Without eating food, you want to get the end products. Huh? You want to directly defecate on them. What, man? So this adaptive immunity, if you see, it is again of two types. Okay, based upon what components are involved. Okay, it is of two types. Okay, in that you have one is humoral immunity. Okay, and the other cell mediated. Cell mediated immunity. Humoral immunity is also called as antibody mediated immunity. Okay, so over here, antibodies will be involved. Here, directly cells will be involved. Okay, so in this case, B lymphocytes and here T lymphocytes play a major role. B lymphocytes produce antibodies, right? Tell me who produces antibodies? In tissues chapter we have discussed, right?
B lymph.
Plasma
B
cells.
lymphocytes.
Plasma cells, right?
Plasma.
So what happens is here, this
Plasma.
B lymphocyte, it will divide to form plasma cell and memory cell. Plasma cell will produce antibody. Okay, when we come into the detail of activation of B cell, further we'll discuss. Do not worry. Right? There is another categorization of acquired immunity. Okay, acquired immunity on the basis of mode of development. Okay, how it is developing on basis of mode. Right? Adaptive immunity is again of two types. Adaptive immunity is again of two types based upon how it is developing. Okay, one will be active, another one passive. This already we told you, right, in the beginning. A small discussion was done. Active immunity and passive immunity. Means if antibodies are produced in your body, okay, if antibodies are produced in your body only, active immunity. If antibodies are coming from outside, passive immunity. Okay, and based on how these antibodies are produced, whether the pathogen entered naturally or artificially, on that basis, again, active immunity is of two types. Okay, that is natural and artificial. Just now, a few minutes back, we discussed about one example for artificial active immunity. Can you recall? About vaccines, I said vaccination is a type of what?
Artificial.
The type of artificial active immunity. Okay, vaccination is a type of artificial active immunity. Means, see, the pathogen, the virus, is it entering the body naturally or artificially?
Artificially, sir.
We are injecting that, right? So it is artificial mode of entry. But antibodies for that virus will be produced in your body or in someone else's body?
In our body, sir.
In your body only, so it is an active immunity because antibodies are found in your body, right? And then one more example I will give you. When a snake bites, doctors give what? Antivenom is given, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
This antivenom, that antivenom is nothing but it contains antibodies. Okay. Are those antibodies your antibodies?
No, sir.
Snakes, sir.
No. Correct.
Dead or
Not
vaccine.
snakes. From horses and all.
Sir.
I'll tell you how it is produced. That also we have a story later when we talk about the vaccination and immunization. Then I'll tell you. Is this particular snake antivenom, the antivenom for the snake, is it entering your body naturally or you're getting it artificially?
Naturally, sir.
Array. Satvik Sagar, naturally, if your snake bites you at your home, somewhere from air or somewhere it will rain and directly the antivenom will enter your body. Yeah.
No, sir, but snake is directly biting us, no, sir.
Snake is directly biting, the snake will inject into your body venom or antivenom?
Venom, sir.
Venom, na? What did we say? Doctor will give antivenom injection, we said, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So is it natural or artificial?
Artificial, sir.
So antivenom is what type of immunity? Antivenom is also giving us defense, right? Antivenom is also giving us defense against the snake's venom. What type of immunity? Artificial passive immunity. Okay. Various other examples we'll discuss.
Plasma is also taken, no, sir. It is artificial, no, sir.
See, plasma, why it is taken, that you have to know. In the case of corona, for corona only you would have heard about the plasma, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, sir.
Plasma therapy, right? That plasma therapy, for example, let us say Harshit Laksheti got affected from SARS and his immune system is strong, he's got cured also. So within your body, there will be antibodies produced for that virus or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir.
So we take some amount of Harshit's blood, we centrifuge it and we remove the plasma. Because do you remember, we said the component of plasma in connective tissues in blood. Okay, we mentioned plasma has immunoglobulins. Antibodies are immunoglobulins only. Okay, so if you take plasma, it will have antibodies. Now that plasma, if I give to Satvik Sagar, let us say Satvik Sagar also fell sick. Okay, but he is little bit weak, let us say, could not recover fast. So what we will do is we will take Harshit's plasma and introduce into Satvik Sagar. Blood clotting and all will not be there because he will match it first only, right? Okay, plasma can clot. But when we do tissue matching and all, okay, the same blood group and all, everything is there, not a problem. So now Satvik Sagar is getting ready-made antibodies, right?
Yes, sir.
And is it coming naturally or it is coming artificially? Is it plasma on its own coming out of Harshit's body and going into Satvik body? Artificially we are giving, right? Artificial passive. I will give you the example of natural passive if you want. If you want, I'll give you the example of natural passive. When a child is born, okay, doctor suggests the mother to feed them with their breast milk, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever heard? Yeah. So why did say to feed the child with breast milk? Because it will contain antibodies. The antibodies in the mother are stored in the milk also. So that when the mother feeds the child with the milk, then antibodies will enter into the body of child and will provide immunity. Okay. So are we forcing that? Naturally, it is a natural method, right? Feeding milk is a natural method. Okay. So naturally, antibodies are entering. Similarly, when the baby is in the womb during the embryonic stage also, okay, mother will pass some antibodies to the child. Okay, so it is going naturally. Okay, that is a type of natural passive. See, their antibodies are of mother, na? Antibodies are of mother, but providing defense in home, the baby. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
In artificial also, see, in plasma therapy or antivenom, antibodies are produced somewhere else. Okay, but acting in some other organism. Okay, so now you have examples for active artificial, passive natural, passive artificial. You got the examples, right? Can you tell me about natural active immunity? Any example? Any example for natural active immunity? Very simple example, I feel. I know it's very simple. Okay, and when I say, "Oh, sir, this is very simple," you'll say like that.
Sir, natural, sir.
Natural active.
Entry of pathogens.
Entry of pathogen.
Sir, one thing is there, sir.
What one thing is that?
Sir, when a mother develops a baby of another blood group.
No. Why about mother you are talking? Let us talk about you. If you want now some natural active immunity, how will you get?
So by food.
Nutritious food.
Nutrition. Exercise.
If you eat nutritious food, you will get natural active immunity. Yeah.
So by exposing to all kind of terrains and conditions.
Some medicine.
No. See, what did we say for chicken pox, measles, and all? Once you get chicken pox, again you will not get, right?
Never get again.
So see, naturally the virus is coming in your body, causing disease. Okay, and you develop antibodies. Next time if the same virus comes, will you get the disease?
No, sir. So but chances are there.
So antibodies are no. I'm talking about that only, right? See, we are talking about only the chances, right? Okay. So antibodies, if they are developed in your body, okay, that antibodies in this case of chickenpox or measles or smallpox, are they developing naturally or artificially? Naturally only, right? Naturally you got infected.
Natural.
Yes.
Naturally you got infected and you produce antibodies. Okay. In vaccination, we are giving the pathogen. That is the reason it is artificial. The pathogen is entering artificial. Okay. In normal disease, pathogen is entering naturally in the body. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now about innate immunity.
Sir,
Innate
time
immunity is you see. What happened?
Sir, time up, sir.
Time up. So you wasted my time. Asking about
I have doubts, sir.
Ask what doubt you have.
So typhoid Mary is acquired immunity developed.
For any disease that you get during your lifetime, you will develop an acquired immunity only. For typhoid Mary, we already said typhoid Mary was the carrier. Still, you are stuck on typhoid Mary only. Already long ago, we discussed about typhoid Mary. All the things related to typhoid Mary were discussed. You are still stuck. Who was that? Raghavendra?
Yes, sir.
What happened? What doubt you have related to typhoid Mary?
Sir, you said in acquired immunity develops lifetime due to explosion of pathogen.
That's what I'm saying. Still, I'm saying that only. It will develop during lifetime. Skin will not develop after birth, right? Skin will be present before birth only.
Yes.
Skin is preventing the entry. Innate immunity will be there in everyone. Okay. And for other diseases, once that disease you get, then you develop immunity for that, right? Until and unless the antigen enters your body, you'll not produce antibodies for it.